Bubs, come on, let's go potty. We're about to go buy our flooring from Home Depot. Macy picked out what she wanted. We're getting the floor and the baseboards. They're going to be kind of matching. I think it's a Life Proof, right? Yeah. It's the brand. Is it open? Then yes, we need to close the garage. I'm going to close the garage, then we're going to go to Home Depot. Lowe's didn't have the flooring we needed. I got a new car door. Draco got in a car accident in my car one day, and he found me a new door at a junkyard. Well, not a new door, a used door. It's from an '07 Hyundai. But I'm going to install that at some point in the future. Headed to Lowe's, Home Depot. Headed to Home Depot. We are at the Home Depot in the flooring aisle. Macy's going to pick out some flooring. Well, actually, she's already picked out the flooring. We just have to find it. We're going to get a pallet of it, put it in the bed of the truck, unload it when we get home, and that's probably all we're going to do today. And then we're actually going to hire somebody. We've already hired somebody to install it because it is very unlevel back there, and we want somebody that's professional to do the leveling and the grinding of the floor. We have purchased the flooring, and now we are waiting in the loading zone. Macy, what do you have to say to the people?
That was very quick.
It was very quick. Who helped us?
Tim.
Tim from Home Depot. Shout out to Tim. She's all loaded down. Maester's gonna count them real quick. Easy peasy. We got the pallet forks, so we had them leave it on the pallet so we can just unload it in the garage when we get home. And they shorted us 2 boxes, so we're gonna have to go back and get 2 more boxes. They charged us for 21, and they gave us 19. So, stand by. Do you need me to do it and you stay here with the truck? You stay here with the truck, I'll go do it.
Michael said that I could record a special message, a spicy message. I don't really have anything to say. I'm looking forward to book club tonight, despite the fact that I didn't read the book. Oh, there's someone going by. They're no longer walking by, so I don't feel awkward talking to myself. Yeah, I don't really have anything to say. Glad Michael's going and taking care of this. It was kind of my fault on the 19, because at first I told him 19. At first I told him 21. And I was like, oh wait, it says we only need 19 to cover it. And he was like, better to have the extra 2 and return them than not need them. Which he's absolutely right. I think unfortunately the last number he remembered was 19 instead of the 21 that we paid for. Glad I counted though.
All right, we got all the wood now. Wood? All right, we got all the flooring now. What do you have to say?
I'm sweating, ready to be home.
Me sweaty, we ready to be home. Headed there now. Good pedals, Bubs. All right, let's get this unloaded. Pretty sure I caught that one on camera. I've never had to lower the ROPS on this thing. This looks like it is freaking welded. Oh no, okay, so I just gotta remove this pin here. Need something to turn that with. We're gonna see if that was even necessary. Well, all right. Definitely did not need to put the ROPS down for that. Because I didn't even come close to actually making it in there. But that's all right. Now I shall put it back up. Oh, I'm definitely going to take a torch and cut these little D things off of here. That way I can get a socket on this and just blast it. All that for no reason. All right, that settles that for tonight. We're going to clean out in the back master, and basically anywhere flooring's going down tomorrow. And then Sunday, probably do a little bit more in there. And then they'll be out here on Monday, get that installed. As soon as they do that, we're going to install the trim, the baseboard rather. Then we get to move into that master bedroom. Really excited for that, and I know Macy is too. It's now Saturday. We're about to start cleaning out in here so that the floors will be ready to be done come next week. Or Monday. I'm about to move one of the trailers over here so we can load up all this cardboard and then get a fire started at some point and burn all of it. Hey, spooky boys. You want to be, nope. You don't want anything to do with me, all right. Where's your brother? Oh, there he is, being creepy. Looking all creepy over there. Look at all these dang dragonflies, good God. Florida, man, so many bugs. Trailer set up out front of the garage here. We're gonna start moving anything that can be burned onto it, and then just getting crap out of the master suite, and hopefully get it prepped. I gotta figure out where we're gonna put all the crap that's in there, but we got plenty of space. Macy already cleaned up the bathroom. This stuff's all gonna go in the dump trailer, and I'm gonna go start burning that stuff, I guess, or do you need me to do anything in here? What? I know you can't see it from over there, but the donkeys are playing with the neighbor's horses, and our donkey is about to take the neighbor's horse's fly mask off for the 100th time. Don't know how well you'll be able to see it through this dirty window here once I zoom it in. But he left the fly mask on for now. He figured he'd come back for it later. Crazy boys. Well, I just got all that stuff burnt. I'm glad I didn't burn the rest of those limbs that were over here. You can see the dead patches where they were sitting last time I was out here, because I actually used it. Cardboard likes to float away when you burn it. It's not dry out here at all, so it's not like, you know, I'm scared any of the embers were going to catch or anything. But it was nice to have those big limbs to throw on top of it. And this is kind of the remnants of what we got going here. Definitely not one of the bigger fires I've ever had out here. Usually I wait until I got a lot more stuff, but I love a good fire. I need to get the dump trailer over here once all this stuff cools down and scoop some of this ash out. There's a lot of metal and stuff down in there, and just a lot of stuff that probably isn't going to burn. And the ash is so thick that it gets wet down under there and it gets compacted, and then the fire can't get down to it unless it burns really hot for a long time. Probably need to at least turn the ash, if not scoop it out and take it to the dump or something. A weird necessary part of floor installation was getting all those boxes out of there. So I don't know if all this is going to burn down. It's a little bit spaced out for my taste, and it doesn't have a super good base on it because started it with cardboard, didn't have a lot of logs down at the bottom. But I'm gonna let it burn, and I'll come out here and throw some of, you know, this outside stuff on it as it burns down in the center, kick all that stuff in the middle. So I'll check on it throughout the day, but I'll leave it alone for now, get back inside and see if Macy needs help with anything, getting prepped for the floor installation. Macy is out here giving Mr. Dirty Pants a bath. He has some like bacteria on his skin and some bad allergies. His paws and his little tummy are all red and he's been real itchy. So we took him to a doggy dermatologist and he's got a special shampoo that he's got to use and he has to have it sit on him for like 30 minutes. It's already like 10 times better, I would say. What do you think?
It's a little bit better.
A little bit better? I think it's a lot better. I mean, his stomach's not nearly as red. I haven't looked at his paws as much. He's got a bunch of medicine, like wipes. He's got like a crazy regimen for the next like 2 months, but you know, he was not having a good time, so it was worth it. Whatever. He's an inside dog. He's a sensitive little boy. Move the dump trailer over here so we can bring any trash from inside out to here. I probably need to take it to the dump today. I don't think they're open tomorrow. Oh, look at that.
Doctor said you could roll even with the shampoo on. I don't have to keep them. I have to keep them clean.
Look at that. Jeez, Bobby. He's meant to be a cow dog or a farm dog or something, but he's an inside. He needs his air conditioning. I woke up feeling sick as a dog this morning, but the flooring people are back here, so we get some footage of it. A little sushi here. Always trying to get in everybody's vehicle. I always have to warn everybody that you're gonna end up taking this guy home if you're not careful. But anyway, this is the company, Extraordinary Flooring, operate in the Manatee County area, Sarasota County. Really cool guy, Tyler. He's the guy that owns it, I believe. And he's the one that came out, gave us a quote. He's back there doing some work now. They're gonna have to grind and pour some self-leveler in there to level out the floor, which is, again, why we didn't do it ourselves, because we wanted a professional to do that part. There's a little shop vac set up and their grinder hook up on the hose there. Their grinder keeps tripping the breaker for some reason, even though it's a 20 amp dedicated circuit. I don't know if it's the extension cord or what's going on. We're gonna try a different one. I'm gonna try a little heavier duty. Might have been the extension cord. I don't know if you can hear me or not. They got a lot of grinding to do though. Shut off both the AC units here and in the bathroom. Didn't want it sucking up all the dust. There's nothing about it in this video, but I did put a TikTok out about it. This cat, Miso, got out last night at like 4 a.m., something like that. Macy woke up and had to take the dog out because she was making some noise and needed a potty. And then little Mies decided to jet out the door, and Macy didn't realize it till about 15 minutes later when she didn't get back in bed with us. So we got up and looked for the cat, and 20 minutes later we found the cat out in the yard. Not eaten by a bobcat or a coyote, surprisingly. Yeah, this is partially your fault, Carrot. Oh yeah, getting a little hazy back here. Definitely gonna have to change out the air filter in this HVAC after this is done today. We got a little shower curtain hung up in the doorway there to keep the dust out of here. I'm gonna not hang out back there too much because I'm already feeling sickly and don't need to be breathing in the silica dust from the concrete. Stuff's apparently really, really bad for you. So I feel like I am knocking on heaven's door. Macy is searching up medicine things that I can do. I just took some Tylenol, cold and flu severe. My head feels like it got hit by a truck. My body hurts. I don't know if that's from exercising, like if I'm sore from working out or if I'm like sore from being sick. But usually they're like different, but I don't know, it kind of feels like a combination of both. And I don't know which one's more prevalent. I'll give you a peek. We're taking no chances since I already feel like trash. Grinding down the high spots. I don't know why I didn't film this, but guess who I just had to bring back inside? This little demon. We got all this stuff set up so she can't get out of here because they have to leave this door open. And she still managed to get out and escape.
I'm gonna put her
Friggin'. She's not even an escape artist. She's so lazy. She'll just get out here and loaf. They're taking a little break. Not sure what they're doing. I think they still have to grind quite a bit more in here. But yeah, it's gonna come along. They said they'd pull the toilet for me, so I don't even have to do that. I was leaving it obviously because the trap for a toilet, which prevents sewer gas from coming out into the house, is actually in the toilet, not in the plumbing. So when they take this out, I was gonna just shove a rack down in there and then hopefully you know, when they're finished, it won't smell too much like sewer gas in here, and then I'll put the toilet back on. We're gonna get a new toilet eventually anyway, but I didn't have time to get one before this is done, so we'll remove this one, and then the permanent toilet that's gonna go in place of this one we'll get later. Took all the clothes out of there so they wouldn't get dusty. Left the shoes, because who cares? Here's the flooring that'll be going in. Glad I'm not the one having to do that. Progress is being made. Floors are being grout. Breakers are being tripped. They're still having trouble with the angle grinder tripping, and they think it's probably an issue with the angle grinder. I think it probably is too. I looked up the specs on it. It's a 13 amp motor with a max rated output of 2250 watts, and even if my voltage was down low at say 115 volts, that still shouldn't exceed and trip a 20 amp breaker for inrush current. So, I mean, we have like everything off and it's still tripping the breaker, so they think something's probably wrong with it. He's gonna go buy another one. He said he goes through them pretty frequently anyway, so they're gonna go grab another one and then finish up in here. So I'm just testing the resistance across the motor windings here. There should be at least some resistance. It shouldn't be open. It's reading open, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's broken. If it was open completely, then it wouldn't be running. So I'm guessing there's just a small amount of resistance. If we were reading a continuous line, that would mean there was a motor short in it, which would indicate why it was tripping. But so the motor seems to be all right. Thank you, Bobby. This is Bobby.
Hey.
What's your name?
Hunter.
Hunter. Bobby and Hunter.
Help
me on a YouTube video. They're mixing up some self-leveler outside, and I only got so many hands, so I'm not going to record the actual test. But essentially, what I've done, I plugged it into a circuit in the bathroom here. That circuit is on this breaker. I'm going to test with my clamp meter. I don't have an inrush current feature on this clamp meter, but I do have a max current. I'm going to clamp it on there. I'm going to press the thing on here. I mean, this thing is crazy hot. There's no way this thing should be this hot. But I'm going to clamp it on there. I'm going to see how much current it pulls, because it could just be, you know, so much resistance in the windings of the motor that's sucking down the voltage and pulling a ton of current, which is what I'm guessing is happening. With no load on the grinder at all, on a 13 amp rated motor with a max rated amperage of 18.5 amps. Pulls immediately when you click it 23.52 and trips the breaker. And that's just what it gets up to. If it was on a higher breaker circuit, it might actually read higher amperage, which is what I'm guessing it would do. So there's some sort of internal fault. I mean, this thing's got to be 110, 120 degrees right now, and it's been sitting for a long time and hasn't had anything done to it. So definitely messed up, but they'll be back with another one. They're mixing up some self-leveler now. I'm going to be doing some stuff, so. Your boy Bobby spreading some self-leveler because the floor is very uneven. I don't know why I have the mask on now. They're done grinding at the moment. Tyler's the guy that owns the company. He's the one that went to get the grinder. He was saying once they get the, I mean, obviously the prep work takes the most time out of all this, but he's saying once they get the prep work done, it'd be like 2 hours to install the LVP back here. So I have to let the self-leveler dry, slap it in. 1-day job for him. It's would have taken me 2 weeks minimum. I just realized that I'm a dumbass, and when I was testing the windings on the motor of the angle grinder that I didn't have the switch in the on position. So now I'm gonna go undumbass myself and test it the right way. But I'm not gonna record it because I don't have my tripod or anything and I only got 2 hands, so I'm gonna test it real quick. JK, I forgot I had my little alligator clamps here. So have that on, and I'm gonna click. It's reading almost continuous, 0.1 ohms. So that means so yeah, in conclusion, stuff's broke. The longer I am awake and vertical, the more like shit I feel. Oh, I took some medicine earlier and I think that's why I was feeling all right for a minute, but it's wearing off a little bit and I feel like trash. But anyway, I looked up some more about that motor and specifically how DC brushed motors work. And since that is a universal brushed motor, and apparently a common failure point on those motors if you use them for extended periods of time or if you're using them under heavy load, which is kind of essentially all they do because they're pushing them down into concrete. A common failure point on those is the armature winding burning up when they're used under heavy load like that. So that's probably what happened on that one. Really doesn't matter. Like I say, he's going to buy a new one. I just nerded out for a little bit. I kind of loopy from the cold medicine and felt like going down a rabbit hole. So the more you know. Tyler has returned with the new grinder and is back to work back there. They poured some self-leveler, which cured up while he was gone. That's good. Every time I walk outside, I get out of breath because I can't breathe. Look at that. Look at that. Just attacking me. They are pausing for lunch. They have poured a lot of self-leveler after the grinding. They'll come back, scrape, probably have to do a little bit more self-leveler, and then start installing the floor. Said they should be done around 3:30 today. Back from lunch. Self-leveler is drying up. Close, very close to installing some flooring. We are nearing the end of the floor installation. Extraordinary flooring. Tyler and his crew done an incredible job so far. Everything looking pretty spot on. Even cleaning up after himself. What a guy. What a guy. Everybody gets shy when the camera's on. Tyler's been talking this whole time, and then all of a sudden the camera's on. He's not saying anything to me. Here's their setup. Nice little Mercedes 2500 Sprinter van and a dump trailer. Riding in style. This only took them, I mean, it was a full day's worth of work, but still, it only took them one day. It would have taken me legitimately 2 weeks to grind and level and install that floor, and it took them less than 8 hours. Look at this idiot. What kind of stance is this? Where's your modesty, man? There's people here.
Sushi. Have some decency.
Have some decency, man. Tyler, Hunter, and Bobby have left with extraordinary flooring. They haven't left with the extraordinary flooring. That's the name of the company, obviously. Here's what the flooring looks like. They did a dang good job. The baseboards should be in when, Macy? Tomorrow. The baseboards should be in tomorrow. I don't know if we're gonna install them because I still feel like dog crap. Then we gotta put the kick plates on the cabinets down here, which are just these things once the floor is installed. We're gonna get a new toilet and redo that. So we gotta do the cabinet kick plates, baseboards. What was the other thing I said? We gotta put the nose on the closet there. And then the new toilet. There's one other thing, what was it? The doors. We gotta put the doors on. Obviously we're gonna do barn doors here, there, and there. And then this bedroom will be done. We will be moving in to the bedroom. Finally. Macy is ecstatic.
You technically move in before.
Yeah, but it would be better if we didn't, just because all the crap's gonna be in the way. But that's the end of this video. Make another one for the baseboards whenever we do it. I want to go ahead and put this one out. See you next time. Maester?
See you next time.
She's, no.
Eating big time, ain't she pretty? Ain't she witty?